loves, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to start a grimoire for yourself, okay, or even a book of shadows for yourself, or a spiritual journal, or like a manifestation journal, however you want to call it, for yourself. And this is something that is very, very easy to do, but a lot of time, like, it's not really told like, hey, this is what you should do, etc, etc. So I wanted to kind of show you guys how I'm prepping my journal. This is going to be my new grimoire, and I want it to be a place where I can easily feel like I can just kind of go to and open up and do kind of what I need to do. But because I am I'm basically doing this as a Gemini moon, I'm specifically tailoring it in a certain way. This journal is meant to take on my energy, and I would highly recommend before you start writing, because not everybody, not every single practitioner, not every single witch or spiritualist is going to go this avenue when it comes to what they write. To me, I go by my moon sign because I have my moon in Gemini, and you guys know this. I kind of like to dive into my head a little bit, and because Gemini moons and Gemini energy is very chaotic and very like all over the place, this is not going to be very strict. If I had a moon in Virgo, maybe I would have some structure, maybe you would have some like the visuals, maybe there would be a section and this is that and that is that, and you can totally tailor it. But I would highly recommend following your moon and your Mercury for this, in order for you to have like a successful time kind of making this work to the betterment, or like the way that you would prefer it. The reason why I say that is because you want to feel comfortable with this. So like if you have a moon in Aries, like you might, your whole entire journal might be very short phrases, might be very short, like, hey, I did this spell and this is like this is how it worked, this is how it didn't. It might be shorter because Aries and Aries placements tend to have like a faster kind of like to the point, like this is what happened energy. So you got to keep that in mind. If you're like a moon in Pisces, you might want to draw, you might have a different way of expressing it, you might want to design the whole thing to look a certain way. But because I have my moon in Gemini and my Mercury is in Capricorn, mine is definitely going to look a little bit chaotic, but there's going to be a lot of work that's going to go into this, and there's going to be a structure to it that's going to work for my energy as well. Before we get started though, I just want to remind everybody that today's the last day to use the Cyber Monday code for you get 35% off all of my services with the code CyberBruja. So definitely take advantage of it, because it is very, like, it's definitely something that doesn't happen often, and I wanted to do something special for you guys for the holidays. I'm almost booked out through the season, so definitely make sure that if you want to book a session with me, or you need a reading or anything like that, definitely make sure you book it, and the link will be down below for my website for those who are going to want to book a session with me. So now we can just get started, and I'm going to just take some Florida water and a cotton pad, okay, and I'm just gonna put some on here. Not too much, it doesn't really require for it to be too much, like about like that much. I don't know if you guys can see it with the light. There we go, like that. And I'm just going to cleanse my journal. I'm just gonna go over it. I don't need to press too hard or anything like that. I just need to go over it to cleanse it. If you want to, you can use a different, you see, like with the store when they're handling these journals and stuff, they have like their hands is dirty. Just go over it, okay. Okay, you're just cleansing it over. You see how dirty that was just from the store? It's crazy. So this you can kind of like save the other side if you want to anoint your pen. I already anointed my pen for what it is that I'm using it for. This is a pen that I use specifically only for writing. So that's what I'm using it for here. I already anointed it. I can't even say the word. I already anointed it. I can't say it, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. I cleansed it, I blessed it. I used cologne on this, and I also use my Osset oil specifically for this, because my Osset oil is specifically for spiritual growth, nourishment, and power, and your journal, it adds to that. So that's why I wanted the pen to amplify that energy and to be something that what I'm writing is powerful, what I'm writing is coming to fruition, what I'm writing is meaningful, and all of that. So that's why I added it to it. Now what you can do as well is that you can take the oil, you just need a little bit, and you can take some on your finger, like literally the smallest amount. And if you want to, you can do a sigil in the front or in the back of whatever it is that you need to do. For me, I'm going to do a symbol that's specifically connected to my ancestors, and very simple symbol, but it has a lot of meanings. And so I'm going to use that symbol because to me it's very, very special. And then I'm going to close this. Okay, so once that has been like consecrated and you have set your intention, you can pray over your journal and ask it to be a point of, like, if you can leave this at your personal altar if you have one when it's not in use, but this is something that you could pray over and ask it to be a place of release and a place of where you can share your thoughts, share your power, and write down your spell work. Write down the things that are working for you, that have been successful, that have not been successful, that you're trying to change and alter and stuff like that. You can get very experimental, or if you're doing this just specifically as a manifestation journal, you can set the intention for this journal to be open to manifesting and creating the reality that it is that you want. Okay. Now, this to me is going to be used in different ways. This is why I have my tarot card here, because you guys know I do my daily higher self spread every single day, and so I like to kind of take my deck and write down the cards that I'm getting for that day and some of the realizations, especially for my higher conscious mind, and see what's going on spiritually there as well. I have my ruler. This is like a hieroglyph ruler. I got this at the Met years ago. I don't know if they still sell it, but at the Met Museum, this is like in the Egyptian side, they always have like these rulers, and so I like to use the symbols when I'm working with my my Kemetic spirits with this, my Netzaroos. And so when I'm working with, like, if I'm trying to do a symbol or something like that, I like to use this, but it also doubles as a ruler. So if you needed to, like, you know, you're opening the journal and you need to like have a line or something like that, this kind of double, you know, it has a double way kind of purpose, so it's not just for one thing. So I like to have a ruler on hand when it comes to working with my journal. You can always leave it inside if you wanted to, whatever it is. Another tool that I'm using for this and that I like to have is that I usually like to have a candle going as I am writing, and this is just setting intention. And right now I currently have a white candle going. It's just sitting in the front, but you can either do blue or you can do white. The reason why blue is because you're specifically using your throat chakra for this. So blue is going to tap into that mental, that clarity. Think of the sky, think of clear-headedness, think of also the ocean, because there's a correlation between the sky and the ocean when it comes to colors. So think of that. White can be used as well, especially when it comes to the clarity, when it comes to getting divine messages, especially if you're doing automatic writing with your journal or anything like that. You're going to want to have something going that's going to keep your energy clear, so that way, you know, you can get the messages through. So I like using this. Crystals that you can use while you're writing, I like amethyst. Okay, I like clear quartz, okay, which we can program as any other crystal. And I have this lapis lazuli wand that I like to use. I like to draw different symbols on myself, on my head, on my mind, on my third eye, before I start writing on here. And this is something that I do with this. Let me know if you guys want me to show you guys how I do that in a separate video, and we can kind of run through that in a separate video. But I like to kind of use my crystal energy and have that nearby, so that way I can, you know, have my energy be very, very like energetically open to what it is that I'm writing, even if it might just be like a a formula that I'm doing, like a spiritual formula or something like that I'm working on, that I'm working through, and I'm just like writing it down. It could just be that, but I still like to have kind of my spiritual tools nearby so that I know, you know, what I'm doing, what's going on. So other than that, and the pen being anointed, that's this specific pen, it only gets used with this book. That's pretty much it. That's how I kind of set up and prep my book to be used in a spiritual way for like either manifestation or for like just starting a grimoire, starting a book of shadows. This is how I prep it. I prep it like this, and then I go in and then I open the book and I start kind of setting up like the beginning and stuff like that, and like what I want it to look like moving forward. And I kind of on a daily will go in, and day by day, you know, you can open it here and draw different sigils. You can even open it here and say a protection prayer for this, so nobody can have access to your book or your knowledge or anything like that. You can say a protection for specifically your formulas. Maybe you're starting a business and you want your formulas to be private, or you want your formulas to be sacred and you don't want anybody to like come in and steal your stuff. Like, this is something that you can do to really kind of set yourself up for success when it comes to your spiritual work, and to help you along the way. And then as you're kind of shuffling, if you're getting like different messages and stuff like that, writing it down, especially if you're studying tarot or anything like that, write it down. Write down the card meanings, write down like what the colors are telling you, color coordination, color magic, all of that type of stuff. And you can literally have different chapters for different things. Like, let's say you want to focus on kitchen like magic, you can even break up the book on a month-to-month basis. You can do like a year kind of grimoire where you start off in January and you're like, okay, this is gonna be for this month, and this is what I'm gonna like, I'm gonna see what the energy brings. You can even work with your transits to see what specifically is going on, and then like go from there when it comes to your grimoire and what you're working on for that month, and filling it up along the way. There's so many ways to kind of target it, but again, I suggest looking at your moon and your Mercury to see what the best way for you to work through your book is, because everybody has a different style. Not everybody kind of likes to write. Some people like to just talk, and there's other ways to kind of navigate that kind of energy. Some people like to kind of be crafty with their hands and stuff, and again, there's ways to work with that energy. But I do feel like having a book, having your own kind of space where you're able to kind of share your thoughts is really, really important as well. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it made sense, and I hope that, you know, it helps you in your journey of organizing your spirituality and your spiritual practice. I wanted to do this specifically during Sag season, because Sagittarius season, you know, is that season of education in the mind. So this is a really good time to get your head straight and really you know, write down the knowledge that you have received, so that way if you need to reference something, you have the book there. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to use the coupon tonight before, you know, it's over, the Cyber Monday sale. Again, it's Cyber Bruja, and the link will be down below. And also, if you want to check out the Patreon will be down below as well. We just did a giveaway. I will definitely see you loves in the next video. Have a very beautiful day. Bye.